How to subscribe to Grandmaster JinBodhi's YouTube channel. It will help us to get the notification. Let's learn how to subscribe. So first, download the YouTube app. If it's on the Apple Store, it's on App Store. And then we search YouTube, click install. And the second step, to register a YouTube account. We go to YouTube, and then we register an account. We put in our name, our date of birth, gender, and then our Gmail address. And then password. Continue. Now input our phone number. Then we will get a verification code on our phone. So we put that verification code there and then verify. Now it's done. The third step is to subscribe to Grandmaster JinBodhi's YouTube channel. We go to YouTube, search Grandmaster JinBodhi English. When you see the channel, when you are at the channel, you will see a lot of Grandmaster JinBodhi's teachings and record of the live feed. Don't forget to click subscribe and the bell. You want to click on all so that you can receive all notifications. So how we can see all the relative information. So click on that triangle. We'll see different time spot and what is taught at that different time zone. If you like it, please like it and leave a comment. Share to your friends and family. And please teach your friends and family how to subscribe to Grandmaster JinBodhi's YouTube channel so that they would also benefit. That's a lot of merits. Hello again, my online friends. So today, we're going to have part 19 of Chanting Group Practice. So before we chant, I'd like to remind you, if you go to YouTube channel, and if you want to watch my videos, it would be very convenient to search for different teachings. And all over the world, on YouTube, to search for my teachings is the most convenient and the quickest. So that's why we recommend you to subscribe my YouTube channel and watch them. And before today's class, we have that video to teach you how to subscribe. For some people, especially seniors, sometimes they are worried that they don't know how to subscribe. I have a good idea. Well, if you ask help from your children or even your neighbor's children, as long as they are over 15 years old, they must be very good at it, and they would help you and teach you how to do it. Well, when they were young, they probably, a lot of labors and everything handmade. And now it's already internet time, and so it's very different. It's like some people starting to learn to drive when they're already 40, 50 years old. When they were a child, they only take those cars, driven by horses or other animals. But the children now, or the teenagers, it's very easy for them to drive. Maybe like maximum 1 week they're already learned how to drive. But because we haven't had that experience, sometimes we're afraid of it. Now the kids, right after they're born, they're already taking cars, so they're very familiar with the cars. If you want to subscribe, then get help from the youth. For them, it's just so easy. Okay, today, Christine, I heard you received a lot of letters from our online friends. Would you like to share first? Sure. Lots of friends share with us, their benefits from crushing the walnut healing. I'd like to share some of them. We received so many. I just picked a few of them. Bingbu from Vancouver Center shared, I really love to watch Grandmaster JinBodhi's teachings, and every single teaching is so, wonderful. And for 1 year, there's my left heel. It's so painful. If I stand up, I couldn't even walk. If I chant, it would get a little better, but it's on and off. On June the 20th, Grandmaster JinBodhi crushed the walnut. But then after that, the pain on the heel completely disappeared. Wow, that's so wonderful. Thank you so much, Grandmaster. Thank you for your great compassion. And actually, another, it's a bony spur, so the pain is actually very painful. Another sister also has the pain on the heel. It doesn't seems to be a serious problem, but for a little older ladies, or not really old, but like 40, 50 years old, then when they have these problems, it's really a big trouble. And some gentlemen are like that too. They have their pain on the feet or the heels or maybe knees, and it's actually quite common. I heard that there's no exceptionally effective medication for that, and some people might have to do a surgery. The doctors say they have to cut it open and then maybe get the spur out. But I think if you just receive some healings and the pain can disappear, it would be so much better. Well, this is a very common problem, but not really easy to cure. Another friend shared, thank you, Grandmaster, for your great Dharma power and healings. The left pelvic bone that has been pain for several months after you cracked the walnut, it completely disappeared, not painful at all. And so that's Xing Long, also from Vancouver Center. Another sister, Feng Cui from Melbourne in Australia, she said, oh, here is summer, it's so cold. And last night, I had some fever. And, in this pandemic time, I'm so afraid. But after the grand healing, all those tightness disappeared. I don't feel that fever anymore. Thank you so much. And it's like dramatic change, and it's so wonderful. And another friend shared benefit from chanting. He or she said, last time, after he hurt the arm in the work, and for 2 weeks he couldn't even go to sleep because of the pain. But after watching Grandmaster's teaching and healings, the pain, like 80% is gone. Wow, it's so amazing. The pain has bothered him for like weeks, and now it's 80% gone. It's so wonderful. Well, Master said, congratulations. And Jing Huanxing said, well, Master, I'm always joining this group practice, chanting group practice. I start to sweat, so much sweat. Before, I never sweat. Wow, this is so wonderful. Thank you very much. You know, this problem that does not sweat at all is really a big problem. And Master said, yeah, there are people like that. And another friend shared on June the 27th, he brought his father to a Father's Day lunch. However, he looked troubled. He told me about his long-standing problem. He lived in a rented flat leased from the government. His neighbor upstairs disturbed him by jumping non-stop from morning to night. He could not sleep at all and suffered from severe insomnia. He had applied to the authority to change his room unit and wished to move to the highest floor. Because he's already a little aged and this really disturbed him. However, there was no news for a long time. That night, I wrote down his wish and submitted to our prayer list to ask Grandmaster for help. On 29th June, the government approved his application and replied to him, oh, just a few days ago, oh, just 2 days after he submitted. And so his father had a room unit on the top floor in the corner. So he's going to move to the highest floor and at the corner. Wow. So Buddha and Grandmaster protect us and bless us in every aspect. Wow. Master said, I'm so happy to hear that. The next sharing is from Jiao Lai Center. Sister Wen Jiang. She said she walked Energy Bagua for 4 years, and she had benefited physically and mentally. So first is the heel pain. Whenever she stands, it's extremely painful, and she couldn't stand. And Master said because of lack of energy, it will cause a lot of problems. And through walking Energy Bagua, then the energy will be recuperated. And after 3 days, the pain disappeared only in 3 days. And so it's just so amazing. And he also, her skin has improved. It used to be very, very oily. Now the skin is very smooth. And even the fine lines on the face and, those wrinkles also disappeared. Okay, our sisters should listen to this part. So walking Energy Bagua helped her skin to be smooth and tight, and wrinkles disappeared. And so she's now walking Energy Bagua every day and can learn like all the instructions she all learned by heart. And she felt very calm and peaceful. This is so wonderful. And Grandmaster said, congratulations, it's really wonderful. And Wen Jiang, another sister, Sun Xiuyun, also from Malaysia. In June 2018, after she woke up, all of a sudden she couldn't see very clearly. The doctors say it's because of stroke in the brain, and that not only caused her, visions very, very blurry, but also her eyelids also dropped, and she felt that she's eyes feels very, very tired and tight. The whole head is very tight, and when she's walking, her head is very stiff. She can only look forward, and her eyes are very painful, and her eyeballs are very, very hard, and her whole life is very inconvenient. And so her relative introduced her to go to walk Energy Bagua. She didn't expect that right on the next day, her eyes felt much relaxed. And then her left eyelid also back to normal. And every day she also joined the Energy Bagua class. And while she was in the class, her eyes always have tears. Within the months, her eyes, her head, her neck, her shoulders, all the stiffness has been improved, and her vision has improved at least 50%. Before, when she was combing her hair or wash her hair, she felt very painful on the head and very itchy. But after that, all these problems disappeared. After walking Energy Bagua for 3 months, her blood sugar dropped from 6 millimole per liter to 4.8. And she said, I never expected within 1 month of walking Energy Bagua, all these problems has been improved. Well, I'm so happy to hear that. You see, sometimes stroke and symptoms from stroke is pretty hard to cure, and I'm happy that Energy Bagua helps them so much. And so middle-aged people and seniors, you really need to be careful. But if you walk Energy Bagua 1 hour a day, then the possibility of having stroke, it doesn't mean that it will completely disappear, but the probability of getting the stroke would be maybe 1 out of 100,000. So it would be very rare. And therefore, I would say Energy Bagua is really, really helpful for us. Okay, is that all for the sharing? Well, whether it's in this pandemic or in the future when everything's fine, I hope you would have a habit of at least practice 1 hour a day. Well, maybe change your habit of, time. Don't spend too much time in, watching the TV series or just chatting with people, and just take 1 hour a day. When we are young, we always work very hard to make money because we have a relatively healthier body and mind. But when you get to a certain age, especially after 50 years old, you do need to preserve the most important foundation, which is your body. Only when you have a healthy body, then you probably can live long and you don't suffer too much. Otherwise, your life might not be so convenient. A few days ago, I met someone, a man only 39 years old. He probably eat a little too much, and so he was overweight. And I had the opportunity to chat with him, and I said, do you usually have leg pinch? He said, yeah, maybe because I'm overweight. So whenever I walk, the pelvic bone and the heels and the knees all feel painful. And therefore, he doesn't like to walk. But I said, well, I still suggest you to spend. I didn't dare to say more. I said just half an hour. It's just super easy to learn. Just in 5 minutes, you learn it. And he said, well, even, is it that effective? Even 1 hour, I can do it. And I said, yeah, it's very effective. And so I told him our YouTube channel, just go and check it. And it's super easy to learn. And so now he said, oh, the pain, it's only a few days. Now he already said the pain is reduced. And now he liked to walk. Before, he doesn't even like to walk. And so even just within a week, the effect and the result will start to appear. In 1 month, it will appear much more. Usually, after 100 days, you would see a dramatic change. So it's only 100 hours. So if we spend 1 hour, and after 100 days, then our health will come to us. So now, I'd like to tell you a story about, the illuminatory pearl. It's a legendary. They also call it night pearl. So this is a story of cause and consequence. If you do something good, you get good result. We never know how much consequence will come back. That happened in Inner Mongolia, in a city called Chifeng. So that is a area which is we have the Hongshan culture was originated in that area. So there's a kind of carving. They say it's the jade dragon, or they have that was originated from there. And so that city, in that city, there's a Mr. Wang. It was in 1970s. It was at night, actually. Close to his tent. You know, in Inner Mongolia, it was quite cold. It was snowing, and he saw an old man who almost is dying from cold. And this Mr. Wang was very kind, and so he brought this old man back and covered him with a blanket and offered some, hot soup and tea. And anyways, he saved him. Because that old man actually was drunk if he lie in the snow for a whole night. Most likely, it would be, life-threatening. And so this Mr. Wang saved the old man. And so this old man was very touched. And Mongolians are very, they're very true to each other. And they don't really say much, but he left. And after a few days, this old man come back to him and give him a small present. It was just it looks quite delicate. It's a small box, maybe just twice as big as a cigarette box. And because that old man was just in very old clothes and not even in rags. It was in 1970s. People don't really wear very good clothes, and a lot of people are very poor, and you don't see anyone wear very good clothes. And even children from high officials, they don't even have very good clothes. And so this old man thanked this Mr. Wang and gave him that box. He said, "This is my gift. Actually, it's from my ancestors. It's a very good stuff." And after the old man left, this Mr. Wang opened the box and see it's actually empty. But the bottom is a little thicker. And it's, kind of greasy because this old man also eat, in Mongolia, those Mongolians, they eat meat. And so he thought, oh, it's just a little small box and it's not very expensive. And also because the old man was just wearing that kind of clothes, and so he thought, oh, it's not that valuable. So he just put it maybe in a corner of the house. And so after 20 years, this Mr. Wang needs to move and renovate the house, and so he was cleaning up everything. While he was doing packaging, and he saw that box, and he recorded the thing that happened 20 years ago with the old man. At that time, this Mr. Wang is already older than before, and so he knows a little bit about antiques. And so he wiped the box and he looked at the box again. Oh, it's made of bones and it's actually very delicate. And they have some maybe different kind of gems on it, even though they're not very expensive gems. And so she remembered it's an empty box, but the bottom is quite thick. And so he knocked at the box, and it's actually not empty. And he found it's actually there's some wax under. And so he scratched away those wax. And when he scratched away all the wax, he just saw a very, normal stone. And he was thinking, wow, this antique. He was expecting to find some jewelry or something in the box, but he only saw a piece of stone. Now he knows that the box is pretty, maybe an antique or maybe quite delicate, but why he seal this small stone in that box? He was almost about to throw away the stone, but because this is from that old man, and so this Mr. Wang maybe have some good fortune. So all of a sudden, he just had the thought that he would just put that stone in the fish tank, and then he was about to show the box to his friend. And at night, when Mr. Wang go to the washroom, and he suddenly found that the fish tank is glowing with the green light, and he thought, oh, is there a ghost here? And he, very carefully approaching the fish tank, and he finally found out it's actually that small piece of stone is glowing green light. Wow, what is that? And he took out the stone, and even after he took out the stone, it's still glowing that green light. Oh, I didn't put any, there's no electricity in it. How come it's shining? And in the daylight, when he looked at the stone, it's just a natural stone. It's not, with power or anything. And so he went to show some experts. Most of the experts, they haven't seen this kind of stone. And so it's just a stone. And some people are more careful, so they say, well, I cannot authenticate this. But every test center, they have a way of testing the stone to test the intensity or the hardness of the stone. And so, but they don't know where the stone come from. And so they went to a jewelry like testing center. Nobody understand what it is. And so this Mr. Wang searched online. And so he said, oh, in Tianjin, there's a professor. He actually has very rich knowledge about these stones. And so he found the information about the Tianjin professor. And so Mr. Wang brought the stone to go to Tianjin and found that professor. And after the professor authenticated the stone, and he was exceptionally excited and said, wow, Mr. Stone, this is the only one of 3 that were discovered, that were found in the whole world. The other 2 are in the museum in the United States. And it's priceless, and it's really hard to decide how much it's worth. You know, usually for Hetian jade or ruby or other emeralds, or well, you can always determine the price of it. But this one, it's priceless. And even if some people would pay like millions, but nobody will sell it. And so Mr. Wang said, wow, what it is then? And so this professor said, this is actually from heaven. It's from the sky and from the universe. It is a diamond, and it's also what they call a legendary night pearl or luminous pearl. Anybody here who has that legendary luminous pearl? Do you know if there are luminous pearl? Well, we heard that it's actually in the Dragon Palace, right? Did Empress Cixi has that? Well, she was the empress. It was very, very hard to find a luminous pearl, but this one is also like at the level of, it's like a diamond luminous pearl. There's only 3 of these in the whole world. The other 2 are in the, like the jewelry museum in the United States. And it's just impossible to evaluate the value of the stone. And this is actually a true story. You can even Google online and read the story. One of my practitioners is actually a neighbor of Mr. Wang, and that practitioner, I'm just joking, he almost wanted to dig a hole so that he can go to Mr. Wang's house and get the stone. And well, as a matter of fact, they're all helping to protect the jewel. If any strangers coming approach the house, then they would call the police. So, you see, he just did something kind, not really significant. You know, at the middle of the night, an old man was drunk and was lying on the ground. Well, some people would think, nowadays they might think, oh, that has nothing to do with me. You would never expect that something from heaven or just a regular luminous pearl, you would think, wow, it's amazing. Well, now maybe after you listen to this story, you probably will go to the street and try to find someone drunk and bring home. Maybe you don't get the pearl or diamond, but you get another friend. So usually, when you do something kind without hoping to get something back, then you get actually even more. But anyways, this Mr. Wang is a very kind person and had very good fortune. For him, it's just something normal that he did. And therefore, have kindness and a kind heart will bring you good result. Well, now a lot of Chinese children are entering that examination, the national entrance examination. I hope all of you will be blessed by Buddha light, and so all the children who is participating in the entrance examination, they would be very wise. They will be very focused and be very successful. You know, this in China, this entrance examination is one of the most important steps for them to proceed to the next success. And so today, we are willing to chant for them. I hope our online friends and your children, we wish Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will bless all of them, and so they will have very good marks in the entrance examination and be very successful. So now let's start chanting. Let's chant to Guanyin Bodhisattva.
南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， 萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世 音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世 世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。好，请大家搓搓手。
All right, wrap your
之后
hands
呢，轻轻搓搓脸，
and then run your
观想自
palms
己
over
回
your
到7
face.
岁的样子。
Visualize you're back to 7 years old.
7岁的样子是最漂亮、最可爱的。
When you were 7 years old, you're the prettiest
非常可爱。
and most adorable.
好，再拍拍头。
Now pat your head.
观想呢，要观想就是想象。
Now visualize. Well, actually it means imagine.
就像一个旧毛毯，在
Well,
阳光下拍打的时候，
Just imagine your head, your hair is like an old blanket. When you pat, the dust come out. Those dust are our afflictions and illnesses and insomnia and pain. And so when the dust come out, then they all disappear. A lot of the problems in the head is because of our emotional afflictions. And then after patting, you can use your fingers like this to comb your hair so that our thoughts would be more clear and orderly. Now pat your body. When you are, well, in this live broadcast, your comments, your wishes, we're going to print out your wishes and offer them in front of the ancient Buddhas. And we wish Buddha lights will help you and support you. And so your wishes will be fulfilled. Some people want to buy good houses. Some want to, be accepted to a good school or maybe find a good job. And some people want to sell their old cars. And so there are all kinds of wishes. And I'm sure when Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, if they see your sincerity, for Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to solve the problem, it's just so easy. We shared the story last time in the disciples in Korea. Both of them, the couple, find their jobs in the same day. And of course, you can't be too picky. So your wishes, when we offer here, it would be for a long time, at least for a month. And so I hope the Buddha light will help you and help your wishes to be fulfilled. And some online friends even ask about what's on my table right now. It's not an incense burner. They said they thought it's an incense burner. Christine. They said, we just see this, bluish, greenish, looks like a lotus flower, very graceful. What it is? This is one of my collections. I found it in Korea. It's, in Korea or in China, the ancient people, this is really similar to the porcelain in Song Dynasty. Look at this cup. Oh, this is for worshipping Buddha, and they use this lotus cup to offer water. Usually they use a pair of them, but because it's an antique, it is hard to find both of them. How many years old is this one? From my investigation, the person who sold me this said it's already 500 years old, and this stand is about 200 or 300 years. It's very hard to find the original stand. Anyone who likes these porcelains, they would like this. If it is from the Ruyao, that workshop, then it would be exceptionally valuable. So this is from Korea, and they use this cup for offering water to Buddha. And this cup is like the petals of the lotus flower.
其实很像波斯的小酒盅嘛，是吧？
It's quite similar to the Persian wine cup too.
对，只是供佛供净水用的。
But this one is for offering water to Buddha and Bodhisattvas.
好，那么接下来呢，
Now
我们给这个YouTube 上的网友呢，
we're going to pick a prize for our YouTube friends. Today we'll pick 6 prizes.
公布一下。
Let me show you the prizes first.
最新的
So this
也
is
穿了一件哈，就是最新的制作的
the
这
newest
个八卦衫。
Bagua Energy Bagua T-shirt.
夏天嘛，
Right now, because it's in the summer, it's very easy to ventilate. It's a quick dry T-shirt. Usually about maybe 2 hours, it's already dry. A lot of the polyester clothes, if it's not very good quality, because summer is very hot, and if you cannot ventilate, then it's very uncomfortable. But this one, it's very good at ventilation and it's quick dry.
他们也会制作这样的，
Usually, those good brand name also
这个和之前的颜色
have this type of T-shirts
是
too.
略有差别。
The color is a little bit different from before.
台湾生产哈，
The color and the style are both a little bit different from before. Wow, it's as if I'm doing advertisement. Well, this deep sky blue is actually more appropriate, suitable for the people who are a little older, because this blue is a little dark with a little bit grayish color, and so it's a dark blue and a little grayish, and so maybe older brothers and sisters might like this more. Well, actually, I picked the color. I found this might feel more fashionable and you look even younger.
拿到的这个 iPad 呢，
So this iPad, I'm on YouTube Chinese
大家拼命的留言，
platform. Oh, everybody is leaving messages so quickly.
配合一下哈。
Okay, Christine, let's work together. You say stop. Oh,
走得太快了，
it just jumps so fast. Can you take a picture? It's too fast.
准备开始喽，
Let's start.
开始喽。
Stop.
金向梅，
金相梅. Uh-oh, 金相梅 left.
这个
This one.
看到了哈。
Oh, you saw that. Yeah, 金相梅.
能抽一个吗？
Can we pick another one from the Chinese? Okay,
来喽，
another one. Okay, keep going. Okay, good. Stop.
哎呀，这个有福气啊。
Wow.
这个师傅好啊
Well, this one is very fortunate. He only said, hello, master. Oh, left.
有照到吧哈？
Did you take a picture? It just moves so fast.
抓到这名字了哈。
Did you get them
好
there?
已经2位网友中奖
Okay,
了哈
we've already got 2.
英文平台，
So this is the English channel.
英文平台。
The English channel this time.
我想说啥我就忘了。
I forgot what I was about to say. Okay, Christine, let's work together, huh? Stop.
哎呀，这个太好了。
Wow.
一个字儿
It only says yeah. Oh, thanks.
黎明雾，
Li Mingwu.
好，这个太获奖太。
Wow, that's too easy for the person.
还有一个哈。好
One
英
more?
文平台
Okay, English channel. One more.
开始了。
Let's start. All right.
Dory Chi Dory
Doris Chi.
Doris
Doris Chi.
好来，
Must be a lady.
好
Okay.
下一个
Okay, next.
韩文平台，
Okay, the Korean channel.
韩文平
Wow, lots of comments.
准备喽。
Get ready. Okay.
这个叫啥？医生，哎，
医生。
哎，医生，看到了吗？
Did you see that?
哎，又跑了。
Oh. It goes away. If I don't press it hard, then it will go away. Okay, let's do another one on the Korean channel. Stop.
就这个。
Wow.
它是黄，哎，黄色
Oh.
跑了又。
Left.
抓住了哈。
Oh, you did it? You got it?
拍到了哈。
Okay,
就这个。
you got the picture. Okay, good. What did it say?
好，我们6个奖品
Okay.
送完了哈。
All right, the 6 prizes are already
这个最快干的
set.
这个八卦
So this is the Energy Bagua Quick Dry T-shirt. It's very comfortable when you wear that in summer.
就是也真是感谢现在科技。
I'm really thankful for the modern technology. This kind of material is very comfortable and ventilates well. I used to have 2 shirts with this material and found that it's very comfortable and quick dry, and therefore I ordered the clothes with this kind of material.
我们下一讲的话是在
So our next
下周三
live would be next Wednesday.
今天的直播呢
Oh, from tonight there will be
对，今天晚上
an online class.
今天晚上哈，
Is it tonight?
对，也就是7月
Online
5号到
chanting
11号
class from
哎，我们有
July the
认识
5th
生命的网
to
络
July
班
the 11th.
对，是我这个
Understanding Life online chanting class. It's from my previous live classes. I think it would be very effective. So for this class, only 2 hours a day, and it's 7 days continuously.
和连续
You know,
7
you chant for
大家应该
1 day or 7 days, the result will be very different.
智慧的，
Think about it, whether you want health or wisdom, or if you have any wishes you want to be fulfilled, then we welcome you and invite you to come and chant with us. So I'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you.
小小的红点里，人生就此欢喜。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与你相遇。小小的红点里，越增添的生机。我智慧了，